Very good morning. This is Tupai Mata. Welcome you to the conference held under the theme Scaling Up School Readiness for the Adoption of Play-Based Learning Pedagogies in Early Childhood. This is a research that is undertaken by the University of Zambia and Makerere University in Kampala, Uganda, on behalf of the International Development Center for Research. So we're here at Cosmic Launch, wherein we are on a fact-finding mission. We're going to analyze the data that we collected in the field. We had, of course, had a team that was dispatched in three different provinces, that's Southern Province, Central Province, of course, two provinces, South and Central, but then in Central Province we had two districts that were targeted. That was Kapiri as well as Kawe. Then those that were in Southern were in Choma. So essentially, the data was intended to inform decision in policy making as well as policy direction in the Ministry of Education insofar as early childhood is concerned. So this particular workshop that we have is going to run for 6 days till Saturday, wherein we have data that is to be analyzed and write report at the end thereof. So the team of researchers comprises of those from the University of Zambia as well as other stakeholders from the Ministry of Education. Joining us from the Ministry of Education, we have Assistant Director, Department of Early Childhood, Madam Evelyn Simfukwe. She will join us today. Of course, she was there yesterday when we kick-started this meeting. So apart from her, we have our principal investigator, or what we term as being a lead researcher, that is Dr. Vivian Kalinde, who also happens to be Assistant Dean Postgraduate, University of Zambia. We have Dr. Robson Mambwe, among others, who also is a team member and another lead researcher in this particular team. He also happens to be the head of Department for Primary Education. We have Mr. Collins Kaluba from the same Department of Primary Education, who is a lecturer there. We have Dr. Noah Schula, who is the head of department for the Department of Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning, which was essentially or initially called Adult Education. We have in our midst Mr. Davis Piri, who also is a lecturer in the same Department of Adult Education or Continuing Education Lifelong Learning. We have Dr. Naomi, who also is a lecturer from the Department of Literature and Languages. Initially, my thought was or were that the Department of Literature and Languages is, of course, under the School of Education, but I was corrected yesterday that it is under School of Humanities. So she's here with us to actually work on this task of analyzing this data. Among other people that we have is myself, Mr. Mutukwa Imata. I happen to be a research assistant on this particular research. I am a tutor in the Department of Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning. At the same time, I'm a law student in the School of Law at the University of Zambia. We also have Mr. Sam, who also is a research assistant and also a tutor from the Department of Primary Education. So today, being a Tuesday, the meeting or the workshop was officially opened yesterday by the principal investigator, Dr. Vivian Kalinde. So today we actually going to have a look at the quantitative data analysis package that will be led by Mr. Piri as well as Mr. Sam, wherein they are going to share with the team what the quantitative picture is like. Then that will be followed by the qualitative aspect that will be done tomorrow. That will be, of course, chaired by Dr. Stula and, of course, myself and Dr. Vivian Kalinde, as well as joining us virtually will be Assistant Director, Ministry of Education, Department of Early Childhood, Madam Evelyn Simfukwe. I'm informed that she will not be with us because she has other engagements from the ministry that of course will have her out of town, so she will of course join us virtually. Then the remaining days, of course, will be to synchronize or synthesize, if you may, integrate the data that we have, both quantitative as well as qualitative data, so that we have an informed picture with regards to the extent to which play-based pedagogies are integrated in early childhood. There has been and there is a hypothetical assumption that children learn through play. And as such, the world globally has adopted play-based methods of teaching pedagogies to aid in the routing and drilling of certain concepts that are intended to ensure holistic development of a child, covering all the essential domains, be it the mental, psychomotor aspect, the linguistic aspect, as well as their spiritual aspect, all the 5 domains of learning for children. The assumption is drawn from this understanding that play-based learning helps in ensuring that children are better prepared for transitioning into grade 1. Hence the need for study to actually establish a picture that is obtaining here in Zambia with regards to the extent to which play-based learning pedagogies have been adopted and are being practiced in these different schools that were conducted, where data was collected from. So this research, of course, is a forerunner to the symposium that will actually be held, and it is organized by the university on behalf of the University Zambia Open Community Schools, that is ZOCS. Of course, these findings will be shared to the rest of the world when this particular study, analysis, and report writing is done. So ladies and gentlemen, today will actually be a busy day for us here at Cosmic Lodge. Of course, this is where we're going to actually ensure that we have all these things done and have this data analyzed, reports written, findings shared, policy resolutions, and of course, other issues emanate therefrom. So, from us here, we would say, for now, we break off into our work, and then present viewing, and good day to us.